Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glassboro, New Jersey, home of the Rowan University Props. Tonight's matchup features the Props hosting the Immaculata University Mighty Max. Let's meet tonight's starters. First, for Immaculata. A 5'5", sophomore guard from Philadelphia, number 4, Shannon Kelly. A 5'6", junior guard from Gilbertsville, number 14, Annie Immaculata. A 6-foot sophomore center from Broomall, number 20, Natalie Ayou. A 5'9" sophomore forward from Drexel Hill, number 30, Teresa Kearney. And a 5'6" senior guard from CK, number 33, Amber Ballinger. The Macs are coached by head coach Christy Edmondson. And now, for your Rowan University Props. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Rowan, number 11, Alexis Riley. A 5'8" senior guard from Cape May Courthouse, number 13, Olivia Rowan. A 5'10" junior forward from Northdale, number 22, Caitlin Sexton. A 5'11" freshman center from Ewing, number 25, Ayan Johnson. And a 5'6" freshman guard from Belmar, number 31, Grace Marshall. The Props are coached by head coach Gabby Latella. Tonight's officials are defensive Anthony, Alsman, and Rowan Navarro. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the play of the guard exclamation.
Put basketball on. Just cut the baseball, put basketball on. Gotta grab the right open. There we go.
The NCAA New Jersey Athletic Conference at Rowan University promote good sports conduct by student athletes, coaches, staff, and
I'll give you Immaculata starters. Like I'll tell you to say them. Do you have them?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Well, when I tell you to say them, you'll say them. All right. Look, you got it? Good? Yeah, good to go. So.
Or spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition without refund. Thank you.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University. Welcome in to Rowan Radio's coverage of Rowan Props women's basketball. I'm Mark Edgetelli alongside my broadcast partner, Gary Ertley. We got a big game for the Props. They come into this one on a 4-game win streak, trying to extend it to 5 in a non-conference matchup against the Immaculata University Mighty Max. Immaculata comes into this one. They're 4-6 overall on the year, but the nice note for them is right now on the season, they're 4-2 when it comes to being on the road. And you know, they're a team that's coming in trying to get a big win because they're coming in on a 2-game win streak. But we got a big contest ahead of you right now, and we're just underway. Mighty Max with the ball. Dish it underneath, ball ends up getting stripped by Alexis Criley, and she'll bring it down the court. Seitzma over to Rowan. Riley underneath to Johnson. Layup, no good. Rebound, Mighty Max. And we'll go over the starting lineup before we get any further into the game. Garrett, if you can give me the starting lineup for the Immaculata University Mighty Max.
For Immaculata University, we got number 4, Shannon Kelly, number 14, Annie Kutka, number 20, Natalie Ayub, number 30, Teresa Kearney, and number 33, Amber Ballinger.
Profs got the ball now in Immaculata's end. Marshall dished it off to Riley underneath to Seitzma. Seitzma all the way out wide. Rowan from deep. Off the rim, rebound brought down by the Mighty Max. And your Rowan University Profs starting 5. Number 11, Alexis Criley. Number 13, Olivia Rowan. 22, Kaylin Seitzma. 25, Ayana Johnson. And 31, Grace Marshall. Mighty Max will inbound the ball. Bringing the ball up for Immaculata's number 4, Shannon Kelly. She dished it out wide. Got Ballinger. Ballinger then finds Ayub. Ayub back out to Kelly. Kelly drives in, dishes out, three-pointer. Got it. Teresa Kearney opens the scoring, and Immaculata with a 3-0 lead. Profs bring it up the court, it's Rowan. Out to Seitzma. Seitzma's got the second most assists on the team this year with 18. Seitzma underneath finds Criley. Jumper, got it. Profs cut the lead now to 1 point as it's 3-2 Immaculata. Out of bounds, deflects off the Profs. It will stay with the Mighty Max here on the Profs end. And right now, Gary, it's kind of been a slow game. Kind of what you expected from Immaculata. You look back at their last game, it was one of the lowest scoring basketball games I've ever seen. 45-40, they ended up losing in their last game to Washington College of Maryland. And, you know, that's their lowest point total they put up all year at 40 points.
Yeah, definitely 40 points, definitely not going to win games. Not a very high scoring affair for either team in that one. But hopefully we get some scoring in this one, but it's not looking so good for that right now.
And the Profs turn it over as the ball looked for Ayana Johnson underneath. It tips off her finger and goes out of bounds. So far a slow start as we're about 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. And right now we're looking at a 3-2 scoreline. Grace Marshall's going to inbound the ball for the Profs. She's coming off a huge game for Rowan, as in their last victory against William Patterson 8 days ago. The Profs won 66-63. Marshall scored a team-high 17 points to lead the Profs to a victory, as the Profs end up turning the ball over again. It's like an offensive foul, and it will be Immaculata ball. But so far, Marshall, she's a freshman coming in this year, and she's made a big impact for this Profs team. She started 8 out of her 10 games played, and 8 straight games. As in the first 2 games she came off the bench, but Coach Lasella saw something she liked, and ever since then, Marshall has started 8 straight games for the Profs.
That's what you like to see, a young presence coming in, scoring a lot of points like in the last game. That's something you really want to carry the way for the next 4 years.
Kennedy Brown entered the game for the Profs as the ball went underneath. Foul called on the Mighty Max of Immaculata. It's going to be whistled on number 20, Natalie Ayub. That's her first. Marshall underneath finds Rowan. Layup off the glass and in.
A great off-ball screen to get her open there, and then the easy layup for 2. Great work.
Good work by the Profs. They get themselves in front, not by a big margin, only 4-3 the score. Profs up by 1. A pass inside from Kelly. It was intended for Kearney, hit off the foot of Seitzma. It's going to be a kickball violation, and it's going to stay with the Mighty Max.
We've seen Rowan a lot on these pass attempts over the middle and stuff, kicking the foot out, trying to get the call. It's a smart move. It's a smart move because they got an inbound at that point set up. Great defensive play.
Yeah, Immaculata, like we said, really trying to find their shooting form as of late after that last game especially. waiting for Kelly to inbound the ball for the Mighty Macs. The referees look like they're talking about something now. Will be back underway as Kelly gets the ball in her hands. She's looking around. Finally inbounds it underneath to Kearney. Layup, no good. Rebound, Ayanna Johnson. Not surprised to see Ayanna Johnson bring down the board. She has averaging 9.4 rebounds per contest, highest on this Profs team. And if you look at the rebound margin between these two teams, Profs average about 43.9 rebounds per game. You compare that to Immaculata, they average about 31.5, so about a 12 rebound difference between these two teams. If Ayanna Johnson gets a lot of playing time tonight, you better believe she's gonna give the Mighty Macs fits under the rim.
Ayanna Johnson also not a liability on offense either, also averaging near 10 points a game too, almost averaging a double-double. That's what you like to see from your player inside.
And Immaculata, they get called for a foul. That one was called on, looks like it's actually just a travel. So the Profs get a shot off after they get the free possession and they don't do anything with it. And then right there, we have a timeout from the Mighty Macs. And it's gonna be a 30-second timeout, so we're gonna keep things here. Just gonna set the stage a little bit for those of you just joining in right now. We're in the first quarter, 6 minutes, 14 seconds left to go. Profs with a 4-3 lead, only a 1-point difference between the two teams. Profs coming to this one on a 4-game win streak, 6-4 overall on the year. And those 4 games, the big deal about those 4 wins in a row, they were all against conference opponents. The Profs now sit 5-1 in the conference, 3rd place in the NJAC. But right here, they got a non-conference opponent in Immaculata. And so far on the season, non-conference where the Profs have struggled, 1-3 in non-conference games this year. And that's why they sit at 6-4.
Yeah, in conference games, definitely you want to win those ones, those against rivals, big key matchups. But these games, you can't overlook games against teams like Immaculate, because you got to get those wins too.
Yeah, well, the conference wins are the most important ones, and the Profs are sitting pretty in 3rd place early on in the year in the NJAC at 5-1 in the conference. You know, non-conference games do matter, not as much as the conference games, but you always want to get a win, whether it's a conference or a non-conference game. Interesting enough, this is only the Profs' 3rd home game on the season. You talk about their 10 games, they played 6 of them on the road and 2 at neutral sites. So
that just makes those in-conference games at Stockton, at NJCU, at William Patterson, definitely makes those games even bigger to get wins there.
Yeah, and Kennedy Brown's at the line right now. She got fouled. That foul was called on number 10, Bailey Cruson of the Mighty Macs. Brown sinks 1 of 2 free throws. Profs now up 5-3. Immaculata with the ball. 3-point jumper coming from Ballinger off the front of the rim. Rebound brought down by Marshall. It's a fast break for Rowan. Grace Marshall hands it off to Rowan, who then finds Kennedy Brown, and the Profs will take their time and set up the offense. Seitzma finds the ball. She hands off to Rowan. Rowan fakes the shot. Underneath, Jenna Hoffner can't get the layup to fall, and it's brought down by the Mighty Macs. Kearney with it for Immaculata, over to Kelly. Into the game for Immaculata, Megan Ricker, number 5. She has the ball. Finds a teammate over, it's Brielle Rigo. She also just checked in the game for Immaculata. 3-pointer, and it's good, coming off the hands of Teresa Kearney. Kennedy Brown, fast break layup. Can't get it to fall, but she does draw the foul. She'll go back to the line for the 2nd time.
This Rowan team really likes transition play, whether it's on the offensive or the defensive side of the ball with the full court press, but there they really abuse it, immediately throw the ball down and get a good look.
Kennedy Brown puts up the first one and gets it to go. On the season, Kennedy Brown from the free throw line, 55%, so not the greatest free throw shooter, but Coach LaSalle will be looking to have her get it done. Brown puts up her second and makes them both. Profs with a 7-6 lead. Immaculata, pass intercepted by Dominique Peters, who just came in off the bench. Peters to Brown, Brown driving in, and she got called for the travel. Unnecessary turnovers hurting the Profs early on. They still have a 1-point lead, but it certainly could be more had they been taking care of the basketball. Ball brought down, it's Kearney. Kearney over to Ricker. Ricker out wide, finds Gallagher. Ball all the way around back to Ricker. Ricker looking for somebody. Checking off the screen is Kahuka. Kahuka driving in, layup off the glass, no good. Rebound, Hoffner. Profs coming on the fast break. Dominique Peters driving in, pulls up, finds Kennedy Brown back at the three-point line. She'll set up the offense. Brown to Seitzma. Seitzma looking for Peters underneath, baseline. Dominique Peters gets it to go and one. And she'll go to the line to try and make it a three-point play.
A great find underneath the basket. And Dominique Peters doing the rest, putting it up and getting the foul.
Great work from Peters right there. Takes a dribble, puts up the first free throw and gets it to go, completes the three-point play and puts the Profs up by 4. 10-6, Rowan have the lead. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Immaculata bringing it up the court. Quick jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound brought down by Seitzma. Profs looking to push the pace early on. Seitzma brings it up, finds Peters. Seitzma sets a screen, Peters rolls around, hook shot, off the rim, no good. Brought down by the Mighty Max. Ricker got a pass, ran over Seitzma, and Seitzma is going to get called for the foul. Actually, they're going to rule it an offensive foul. Great job by Seitzma in that case to set her feet and just take the contact. It's on Megan Ricker in her second. Kennedy Brown for Rowan. To Seitzma underneath the Hoffner, spin move, finds Brown. Brown's got Marshall out wide at the three-point line underneath the Seitzma. Seitzma called for the travel. She hit the shot, but it's not going to count. And another turnover for Rowan.
A lot of these mental mistakes definitely playing into the score that we see currently. Rowan only 10 points, definitely could have more, and they're just leaving points on the table right now.
Profs don't want to leave points on the table for too long. Immaculata is keeping themselves in it, and right there, a quick little layup from the Mighty Max. That comes from Brielle Rigo. Dominique Peters to Brown. Brown's got the ball for Rowan. Over to Seitzma. Peters. Underneath. Seitzma dribble out wide to Marshall for 3. No good. Rebound brought down by Rigo of the Mighty Max. And the pass goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for Immaculata, and Rowan gets away with one.
Great hustle there by Grace Marshall, following her shot and forcing a little bit of disturbing play for Immaculata, and then the bad pass out of bounds to keep the ball.
Grace Marshall and Jenna Hoffner both got in there to try and jump on the ball. Neither one of them came out with it, but now Seitzma's got it at the three-point line. Seitzma at the free throw line, out to Peters for 3. Off the rim, rebound brought down by Shannon Kelly. Kelly trying to bring it up for Immaculata. Profs trying to set the trap. She finds Rigo, and now they're finally out of their own end. Kelly with the ball. Passes it over, finds Gallagher. Gallagher over to Kearney. Jumper from Kelly off the rim, rebound brought down by Hoffner. Rigo all over, but she finds a way to get the ball to Marshall. Marshall brings it over half court, takes her time. Hoffner sets the screen. Marshall elected not to use it, and the ball finds its way to Seitzma. Seitzma to Hoffner. Out wide to Marshall. Fakes the shot, drives baseline, layup, got it. Grace Marshall drives baseline and gets the finger roll to go. Kearney with the ball for Immaculata, and another kickball violation on the Profs, the second one we've seen in this quarter.
These kick balls, they're fun plays. They're fun plays, smart defensive plays too. Basically having the entire offense and defense just set up, especially on a fast break like there, just resets the entire play.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing earlier on is the Profs love to play that high press defense, full court press, and it's working for them right now. They're only up by 4 points, but it's causing the Mighty Macs to panic a little bit. So that's actually best case scenario for them. Get the kick ball violation, you're right, have them set up a play in the Profs' end. Jumper from Kearney off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by the Mighty Macs. That offensive rebound coming from Ballinger. Back out to Kelly. Gallagher. Her pass intercepted, and here comes Peters. Peters got it. Over to Criley. Lexus Criley. With the ball. Finds Peters. Peters to Marshall. Criley drives in, jumper off the rim, no good, rebound. Ball stays in bounds for Rowan. Ball bouncing around. Jenna Hoffner with the jumper, no good, rebound again. Players hit the deck and then it goes out of bounds. Let's see whose ball it is. And it's gonna be Prof's ball, deflected off the Mighty Macs.
You see, every time the Profs take a shot, they crash the net and immediately go for the rebound. And on that sequence, they got like 3 or 4 different chances at another shot.
Peters drives in, gets the contact, doesn't get the bucket to go, and also no whistle. Ball brought up the court by Ballinger. Ballinger finds Kelly. 18 on the shot clock. We're down to 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Profs up by 4. Ball finds its way over to Cruson. Cruson out wide. 3-pointer from Kelly. No good. Rebound. Dominique Peters brings it down. 9 seconds on the clock. Finds Criley streaking down the court to Marshall. Pass deflects off of Marshall's hand and goes out of bounds as Immaculata was in there on the defensive stop. Now 5 seconds on the clock. Shot clock unplugged. Immaculata has 5 seconds to get down the court and get a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. Profs intercept the pass. 3-pointer from Duverglass, and she got it. Jaslyn Duverglass hits a buzzer beater to end the first quarter, and that puts the Profs up 7 points, 15-8 after 1.
That was a beautiful job staying with the pass. Saw it got deflected in the air and immediately chucking it up. Great way to end that quarter.
Certainly what you want to see. Duverglass hit 2 3-pointers in last week's game and now comes through with a 3-pointer at the buzzer to end the first quarter. We're going to take a quick step off, and then we'll be back in about 30 seconds with second quarter action right here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
And back here in SB Gymnasium, Profs with the 7-point lead as we get ready to start the second quarter. 15-8, Rowan leads, and in case you're just joining us, you just missed a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter coming off the hands of Jaslyn Duverglass. Ayanna Johnson, spin move off the backboard, no good. Rebound brought down to Peters, over to Seitzma. Seitzma finds Criley, and Profs will set up the offense, 25 on the shot clock. And another travel from Rowan. Ayanna Johnson forgets to put the ball on the floor before she starts walking. So Gary, Profs up 7 points here at the start of the second quarter. You know, it's kind of been a sloppy game from both teams. Lots of turnovers on both ends. What do the Profs need to fix besides the turnovers?
Well, definitely turnovers is one thing, but something that they need to fix is get these open shots, stop these silly mistakes like the travels and stuff like that. That goes for turnovers, but still. But one thing that I really like on the side of the Profs is this fast-paced, high-pressure defense that they've been playing, forcing a lot of turnovers for Immaculata.
Profs always love to play that full-court press defense, and it looks like Ayanna Johnson just got called for a foul at the line for the Mighty Macs. Number 20, Natalie Ayu, she misses the first of her 2 free throws. And she gets ready to try and at least make 1 out of the 2. Ayub hits the back end, and the Profs lead cut down to 6. Peters has the ball, finds Criley. Criley underneath to Hoffner. Back to Criley. Out to Rowan at the 3-point line. Criley's got it. Hands it off to Peters. Peters floater, no good. Rebound brought down by Ballinger. She almost loses it. And then gets hit in the back by Peters, and she'll get whistled for the foul. Peters' first foul. Certainly incidental contact. She was just trying to get around her and, you know, make her feel the pressure. But unfortunately, it was a little bit too much contact. Almost knocked her over. And it's going to stay with Immaculata, and Peters is going to get her first foul. Mighty Macs look to inbound it. They're lucky. They were almost at 5 seconds and would have turned the ball over. Kahupka. And now it's Kearney driving baseline. No good, but she gets fouled by Kaylin Seitzman. Kearney will go to the line for 2. And that's Seitzman's first foul on the game. That's Rowan's 3rd foul already as a team in the 2nd quarter, and we're only just over a minute in. First free throw knocked down. So Kearney knocks down 1, takes a few dribbles, gets ready for the second one, knocks that one down as well. Props up 15-11. Cross-court pass. Criley to Seitzman. Seitzman's going to hand it off to Rowan, over to Criley. Seitzman to Rowan. And another travel by Rowan, and the turnovers continue to mount up.
It's just silly mistakes. You can't, in a game like this, only a 4-point lead for the Profs. You can't leave points on the table like that. I'm saying it for the past 2 quarters. There's nothing you want to say.
Profs get the steal. It's Hoffner coming away with it. She finds Marshall. Floater off the backboard. No good. Rebound brought down and stolen away by Immaculata, and then the pass goes out of bounds. And it'll be a Rowan ball. Talk about turnovers. Already, Immaculata with 12 and Rowan with 8. We're at 20 turnovers, and it's still early in the 2nd quarter. It's been a sloppy evening of basketball so far. Criley to Seitzman. Seitzman underneath to Rowan. Lay in. Got it.
That's a play that's been working all night. Crash the basket from the outside and wide open at the baseline almost every time.
Another steal from the Profs. This one poked away by Criley, brought down by Rowan. Marshall out from deep, off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Kearney. It's a 2-on-1 fast break for the Mighty Macs. Driving in, Kearney holds up, finds Kelly, lay in off the glass and in. Ball brought down over half court by the Profs. Criley decides not to take the 3-pointer. She'll set up the offense, calling out a play. Criley looking. Underneath, finds Hoffner. Hoffner to Criley. She drives, layup, no good. Rebound brought down by Immaculata. Kearney driving in, dished it out wide. Ball movement from the Mighty Macs has been brilliant, and there it is, the rewarded. As a jumper coming from Natalie Ayu.
The Mighty Macs definitely coming out better passing the ball in these past couple minutes, and they're getting rewarded for it. Only a 2-point lead for the Profs right now.
Rowan with it for Rowan. Seitzma. Ball underneath, back to Seitzma. And they're going to call a shooting foul. So Seitzma will go to the line for 2 free throws. And the foul is going to be called on number 30, Teresa Kearney. That's her second foul. Kennedy Brown will check into the game for Rowan after the first free throw's over. Seitzma takes a few dribbles and hits the first one off the rim, no good. On the season, Caitlin Seitzma from the free throw line, 56%. As Kennedy Brown checked in for Alexis Criley, who put in a good shift in the beginning of this second quarter. Seitzma makes the second. So 1 out of 2. And Jaslyn Duverglass re-enters the game for the Profs. Her shining moment so far tonight came at the end of the first quarter where she hit a buzzer beater, just kind of grabbed it and chucked it up, falling forward, and nailed it. I mean, it didn't even hit the rim. It was nothing but net.
Started out with a really good defensive play, staying with the ball, and then just finding an open shot. It was a tough shot, but I mean, an open one.
Hey, the point is she hit it, and it was open. Kennedy Brown dribbling around, dish it underneath to Hoffner for the layup. Look at the handles from the freshman, Kennedy Brown. And another turnover by the Mighty Macs.
After her great dribbling performance on the offensive side of the ball, forcing the turnover there, keeping the pressure on with this full court press defense. It's really been working for the Profs.
Certainly has. They've been doing it all season long. Kennedy Brown, certainly a big part of that. Brown is a high energy player. Hoffner looking, finds Marshall, hands it off, back to Hoffner. Kennedy Brown with the ball, 12 on the shot clock. Profs up by 5. Brown, step back, out to Duverglass from downtown. She got it. Jaslyn Duverglass, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc early on, and the Profs go up by 8. And a foul called at half court. That one looked to be called on Olivia Rowan. That's going to be her first foul, team's 4th. Profs up 23-15 here in the second quarter, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. To inbound the ball for the Mighty Macs, Molly Gallagher. Finds Kelly. Kelly's got the ball for the Mighty Macs. Rigo. Back to Kelly, back to Rigo. Rigo driving in off the glass, no good. But they're gonna call a foul, and Rigo will go to the line. Foul whistled on Jenna Hoffner, it's her first. Brielle Rigo goes to the free throw line. Makes the first. So far on the year, Brielle Rigo shooting a solid 71% from the free throw line. Misses the second after making the first. Profs up by 7. Marshall to Duverglass, drives in, floater off the glass, no good. And then a foul called on Rowan. That one on Duverglass. And that's Rowan's 5th team foul. That'll put Immaculata in the bonus. And they'll go to line. Making the first. Ayub at the line. She made the first one. Makes the second. Profs lead cut to 5. Right now, Gary, this game feels like the Profs would have at least a double-digit lead, but right now they're only up by 5. And it's kind of surprising.
Yeah, a big thing Rowan is doing, they're leaving points on the table with turnovers and mental mistakes. Mainly early, as of late, they've been getting it together a little bit, but you can't let those easy plays like travels, you can't let these little mental mistakes dictate the game.
Well, right now, mental mistakes are haunting the props as they could have a sizable lead, but instead they're at 5. Ball to Rigo underneath, finds Gallagher, pass blocked away. Kennedy Brown comes away with it. Brown looking, she's got Marshall out wide, fakes the 3, drives in, floater, and she got it to go. Grace Marshall has shown how deadly she can be from mid-range, and that floater goes to show it. Lay-in coming from Ayub as the Mighty Macs answer back. Props lead cut back down to 5. Kennedy Brown, Duverglass to Rowan, over to Hoffner. Hoffner looking, she's got Marshall. Marshall to Duverglass from beyond the arc, in and out. That one was really close to going in and making her 3 for 3, but it just rims out, and then a loose ball. 2 players jump on it, and it's going to go to the Mighty Macs. Hoffner exits the game for the Profs. Peters checks in. Ayub will exit. With the ball for the Mighty Macs, bringing it up to Kelly. Rigo over and a foul. Rigo was looking for Emily Halloran, who just checks into the game, for Ayub, and she got fouled, so Halloran will go to the line for 2.
A good defensive effort there. Even though he calls a foul, you can't let any easy buckets inside. Great job there by Kennedy Brown, causing a little bit of traffic in the paint.
Halloran hits the first free throw off the back of the rim. On the season, Halloran shooting 25%, but that's a skewed number considering she's only taken 4 free throws and she's made 1. Now make it 1 for 5. And she misses the second as well, so now 1 for 6 on the year for Emily Halloran. Peters hands it off to Brown. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Marshall gets it, step back, fakes it. Peters throws up a layup and got it to go. Rolls around the rim and drops in. Profs up by 7.
Great work driving in there by Peters and getting a tough shot up and landing it there.
Whistle blown. And it's a turnover by Immaculata. Looks like a kickball violation on the Mighty Macs. Grace Marshall finds Kennedy Brown. Duverglass hands it off. Marshall, floater, got it to go. There she goes again.
That's what they've been trying for the longest time. Get Grace Marshall open with a little cut and then wide open floater from mid-range.
Yeah, Grace Marshall gets to go. Props up by 9. We have a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. So we're going to keep things here. So right now, Props has got a 9-point lead, Gary. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. If you're Coach Lasella, do you kind of take care of the basketball and take this lead into halftime, or do you continue the aggressive approach, getting defensive steals and trying to take it down the court for some quick buckets?
The aggressive playing, the aggressive defense, full court defense has been working all season long for the most part. So I would stick with that, especially with the way you've been playing it all game long, forcing a lot of awkward passes for Immaculata and just really causing traffic. Getting these easy buckets in transition is what you want.
Yeah, Profs have gotten quite a few buckets in transition so far tonight. Inbounded. Immaculata, three-pointer, got it! Megan Ricker. The 5'4" freshman comes in and drains a 3, cuts the Profs lead back down to 6. Rowan to Peters. Peters hands off to Marshall, Duverglass. Underneath to Peters, off the glass, no good, gets her own rebound, no good again. and she got knocked over. And who's the foul going to be on? Looks like waiting to see. It's on Immaculata. Immaculata. Foul called on Teresa Kearney. It's her third. Marshall to inbound for Rowan. Finds Peters. Peters looking, finds Duverglass. Duverglass driving in, floater off the rim, no good. Trying to get another rebound, saves it. Double teamed in the corner. And the ball goes out of bounds off Duverglass. And it'll be a possession for Immaculata University. Mighty Max about to inbound the ball. They find Kelly. Ball over to Kahuka. Back to Kelly. To Kahuka. Kahuka underneath looking for Rigo. Deflects off the props and will stay with the Mighty Max with 18 left to go on the shot clock. Gary, we were talking about it before the game. Interesting mascot. You know, one of the most unique names in college sports and in D3 sports in general, the Mighty Max from Immaculata University.
D3 Sports has some interesting mascots. I didn't know what a prop was till I got here. The Seagull's an interesting choice. Just a lot of interesting choices for mascots. I mean, props to them. It's creative.
I mean, Ramapo, you got the Roadrunners. Not a common mascot.
These are some good names. These are some really good names.
Not too shabby as Rowan throws up a three, no good. Rebound, Grace Marshall. Finds Kennedy Brown. Brown. Floater, no good, rebound off Rowan. It'll be Immaculata ball with 1:13 left to go here in the first half. Props up 29-23. Pass stolen by Rowan, and she falls over diving for the ball. And she got it to stay in play, but she stepped on the line, so it is going to be out of bounds on Rowan.
Even though you didn't get the ball to turn your way there, that's still a very good effort play, great hustle there, and it makes Immaculata worry about the passes even more. It's the full court press defense that's really doing wonders for the Props so far in this one.
Well, if you want anybody to hustle hard, it's got to be Olivia Rowan, one of the senior leaders on this team. 5'8" from Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. She can do it all. She can dish the ball. She can shoot the three, drive in, get the layups to go on an all-around player. There's Immaculata turn the ball over again, and Props with it. Duverglass to Seitzma. I'm sorry, that's Rowan. Now Duverglass, got it! Is that another one? It is!
Keep feeding her from outside. I'm loving it. Only missing one, and that one was so close to falling as well.
Jaslyn Duverglass, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc tonight. And the Props up 32-23. Ball went out of bounds off Rowan. It'll stay with Immaculata. 26 seconds left to go in the first half. Ricker, jumper from the Mighty Max, no good. Rebound, Rowan. Rowan finds Peters. Peters trying to get around Ricker. And are they gonna call a foul? Looks like they're gonna call a foul. They will. It's only Immaculata's third team foul, so it's just going to be an inbound play for Rowan. Shot clock unplugged, 14.4 left to go on the clock. Pass almost intercepted. Goes out of bounds off the Mighty Max again. Clock now down to 12 seconds. Props trying to get another last second shot. They already got one buzzer beater so far in tonight's game. Why not get another? Peters has it. 10 on the clock. Duverglass to Brown. Brown step back three. No good. Rebound brought down by the Mighty Max. Driving down, Ballinger from deep. Off the backboard, hits the rim. And no good. So that'll do it for first half action. Props going to halftime, leading by 9, 32-23. And if you're Rowan, Gary, this is exactly the position you want to be in heading into the halftime break.
Yeah, he didn't really start so hot offensively, especially in the first quarter, but really made some adjustments, attacked the basket more, and got a couple clutch threes by Duverglass in that one.
Yeah, Profs need to start shooting better from the field. Right now at the half, shooting 34% compared to Immaculata's 41. Now the reason that the score line probably doesn't match up with those field goal percentages, you may ask, is it's got to be the turnovers. I mean, Immaculata in the first half alone, 20 turnovers for the Mighty Macs, and Rowan, they still had 10.
Yeah, Rowan, the 10, definitely not what you want to see. However, causing a lot and basically almost entirely due to that full court press defense, causing a lot of these high pressure situations, getting Immaculata a little worried on whether they should make the pass because Rowan's right there every step of the way. And
right now Immaculata better cut down on those turnovers because Rowan has 18 points off turnovers at halftime. You take away that from the 32 points, they'd be trailing 23-14. So Immaculata needs to take care of the basketball, so do the Profs, but more importantly, the Profs need to start shooting better from the field. Nonetheless, they go into the halftime break up 9, leading 32-23. We're gonna take a step off. I'm gonna send you back to the WGLS studios where I got Jason Joseph with the halftime report. We'll bring it back in about 12 minutes or so and bring you second half action right here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. Once again, Profs up by 9 at the half.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Hello, I'm Dan Gilmore, Director of Athletics at Rowan University. The primary goal of our department is to develop you, the student athlete, in all aspects of life. Rowan Athletics is committed to your success on the field, in the classroom, and as citizens of high moral character and service. Our mission defines the commitment. We exist to purposely foster a selfless environment that cultivates community, embraces learning, and enhances excellence in sport and life. I am a prof.
We are dedicated to the pursuit of excellence
and committed to helping others achieve their fullest potential.
As scholars, athletes, leaders, and members of society,
our department and the members within
are devoted to enhancing opportunities for success and competitive greatness.
I am a prof.
We are committed to developing a spirit of unity and belonging in the athletic department for those we serve.
We encourage diversity and inclusion
and create identity by bringing together members of our campus, alumni, and local communities through athletics and service.
I am a prof.
We hold ourselves to the highest standards of integrity.
Through actions of respect, honesty, and fair play.
We strive to behave ethically towards others.
And convey expectations of high moral character.
We are committed to each other and respect the differences in others.
Our individual successes strengthen the whole,
and we support one another in our endeavors as we each share a common goal.
I am a prof.
Education is the forefront of our existence.
We develop a culture where lifelong learning is a priority.
We support each other and our student athletes in the quest for self-improvement and academic success.
To uphold the mission, Rowan Athletics Department will use its core values as guidance in actions both on and off the field.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that.
The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always like growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out to community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
At Rowan University, we are committed to a healthy, safe, and supportive community.
It's on us to create an environment where everyone feels and is safe.
To create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable.
Sexual violence is more than just a crime against individuals.
It threatens our families. It threatens our communities.
It's on us to do something about it.
To hold our friends accountable for their actions.
To stop being a bystander to the problem of sexual assault.
When we see something wrong, we should not look the other way.
1 in 4 women,
1 in 16 men,
will experience some form of sexual assault during their college career.
It's on us to look out for one another.
To recognize that sex isn't sex unless you have consent.
To get a friend home, safe.
Less than 5% of rapes are reported to law enforcement.
It's on us to support survivors of sexual violence.
And to never blame them.
To start the conversations that are difficult.
To take reports of sexual assault seriously.
It's on us to promote a culture of respect.
To treat women with respect.
To treat men with respect.
It's on us, all of us, to stop sexual assault.
welcome back into SB Gymnasium on the campus of Rowan University. Hi everybody, I'm Mark Atstelli alongside Gary Erdely, here to bring you second half action between the Rowan University Profs women's basketball team as they take on non-conference opponent Immaculata University, the Immaculata University Mighty Macs. And right now, Gary, Profs enter the second half with a 9-point lead, 32-23, led by Jasmine Duverglass, who's 9 points in the first half.
Not a very high-scoring half for either team in this one. Both teams do not have a score over 10 points, but it's shaping up to be an interesting game with the end of that second quarter.
And Rowan just hit one from deep and put the Profs up by 12, 35-23. Ballinger with the ball. Ballinger finds Ayu. Out wide, three-pointer from Kearney, off the rim, rebound, brought down by Ballinger, throws it up, no foul. Rebound, Ayanna Johnson. Now Kriley's got it, full court pass, looking for Seitzma, and she throws it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for Rowan.
That's something Rowan loves to do, just throw the ball in transition, and there it didn't work out, but you like seeing these high-stakes plays possibly get these easy buckets in transition.
Well, Kriley had Seitzma open, just didn't hit her with the pass, as driving in for Immaculata was Kearney, didn't get it. Rebounded by the Profs and then stolen away by Ricker. Ricker to Kelly. Kelly drives in, swatted away by Kriley. And it goes out of bounds, and we'll have 5 seconds on the shot clock. Immaculata still with the ball. Three-pointer off the rim, rebound. Brought down by Seitzma. And on the rebound, looks like they're calling foul. Foul's called on Ayanna Johnson on the rebound. And now Immaculata gets a fresh 30. And they do nothing with it as they get the 5-second call on the inbound. So the Profs making up for Ayanna Johnson's mistake by locking down the inbound play. And they got the ball back. Grace Marshall brings the ball up for the Profs. The only Profs player to play all 20 minutes in the first half in tonight's game. Grace Marshall has not stepped out as a three-pointer coming from Rowan. Off the rim, no good. Mighty Macs bring it up, it's Ricker. Ballinger back to Ricker. Ricker looking, finds Kearney. Kearney, pass it to Ayu. Ayu, the layup no good. Rebound, deflects off the Mighty Macs, it'll be Profs ball. So Duverglass led the Profs in scoring with 9 points at the end of the first half. Teresa Kearney led the Mighty Macs with 8. So neither team really having a player dominate and take over this game yet. Seitzma, step back, fakes it, Hoffner back to Seitzma. 10 on the shot clock, finds Hoffner, layup, no good. It was good ball movement by Rowan. Hoffner just couldn't finish the shot. Driving in, Ricker, pass out to Kelly, drives in, and she's called for the travel. Another turnover for Immaculata. They finished the first half with 20 turnovers, and right now they have at least 2.
To blame that high number of turnovers off of one of my favorite parts about this game, the full court press defense. I've been stressing it for the past like 20 minutes or so, and it's fantastic to watch how these Rowan Profs just attack the ball in the neutral zone.
And right there, Profs almost turned it over, but they get lucky as it deflects off Immaculata and goes out of bounds. It'll be an inbound play. Marshall had the ball kicked away as she tried to inbound it. So we'll stay with the Profs, 19 on the shot clock. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
that kick has some power. Those should try out to be a punter.
As Criley got the inbound pass, drove in, got fouled going up for the layup. She'll go to the line for 2. Alexis Criley on the season, shooting second best on the team, 78% from the free throw line as she misses the first. Criley gets a chance to hit the second and put the Prows up by 13. And she misses both. So not what we're used to seeing from Criley, shooting at about a clip of 78% from the line. Misses both her free throws tonight. Ballinger has the ball. Grace Marshall playing defense on her. Kelly with it to Ayub. Ballinger, 5 on the shot clock, looking, hands it off, Ricker, layup, got it, with the shot clock expiring. And Megan Ricker cuts the lead to 10 points. Rowan, pass from Seitzma, intercepted. And here comes Immaculata the other way. Ricker will try and set up the offense for the Mighty Macs. Ayub looking. Kearney finds Kelly for 3, and she got it. And lead trimmed to 7.
A beautiful screen there to get her wide open. Just a great offensive play to get the open 3.
Criley looking. Floater, got it. That was a heck of a shot from Alexis Criley.
Criley off balance, still making it. Awkward shot there, but doesn't matter because it goes in.
And Criley comes away with the steal, layup, got it to go off the glass. And Rowan's lead back up to double digits at 11 points. Timeout coming from the Mighty Macs. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take a quick step off. When we come back, though, more third quarter action right here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM.
I like.
Yeah, we're good after this one.
I like crack my neck in the middle of a play. And you
Welcome back into SB Gymnasium. Coming out of a timeout are the Mighty Macs from Immaculata University. They travel here to Glassboro, New Jersey to take on your Rowan University Profs women's basketball team. Right now, your Profs up 11 points with 5:27 left to go in the third quarter. A 39-28 lead for the brown and gold. Immaculata inbounds it. Almost turned it over, but Kearney corrals the ball. Pass looking for Rigo. Almost another turnover, but Gallagher comes up with it for Immaculata. Kearney gets the ball. Ricker with the ball, 5 on the shot clock. Ricker looking, she needs to get a shot off. Air balls it and Rowan catches it anyway. Rowan's pass looking for Criley, got tipped out of bounds. It will still be Profs ball at half court. Right now, take a look at the point leaders for each team. Duverglas still has 9 points. Olivia Rowan with 7, while Criley has 6 along with Grace Marshall. Rowan from deep. No good. Rebound. Foul called on, is it on Criley? I believe it is. Oh, they're going to call Molly Gallagher of Immaculata for the foul. Looked like Criley was the one that was going to get called for a push, but instead it's on Immaculata. Profs get to keep the ball. Marshall finds Seitzma. Seitzma underneath to Hoffner. She gets mauled underneath the basket trying to put him a shot, and she'll go to the line for 2. Jenna Hoffner, the junior forward from Medford, New Jersey, went to Shawnee High School. And on the year, take a look at Hoffner's stats from the free throw line. Shooting 31%, but she's able to make the first of her 2.
We haven't seen either team really capitalizing from the line. Not many shots from the line in general, and hopefully Rowan can start making these shots because they're game-changing sometimes.
Well, Hoffner missed the second. So it stays a 12-point game. Ball makes its way all the way around, and a three-pointer from Ricker. Lead cut back down to 9, Megan Ricker, who has made the biggest impact so far for this Mighty Macs offense in the second half. Hoffner hands it off, finds Rowan. Rowan jumper, got it.
Rowan's been doing a good job of getting that little curl around wide open in the middle of the paint. And it's a high percentage look from there. You want to be getting those shots.
Ricker will run the offense for Immaculata. Ricker fakes the shot, drives in, kicks it out. Three-pointer from Kearney. No good. And it's a turnover anyway.
Substitutions for Immaculata, number 20, Natalie Ayu, 30, Grace Kearney, 31, Lauren Caraffa. For Rowan, Tommy Peters.
Both teams making substitutions. A platoon swap for the Mighty Macs. They bring in 3 new players. Lauren Caraffa, one of those 3 on the Mighty Macs. And Kennedy Brown drives in the lane for a layup, gets fouled by Ayub. And Brown will go to the line for the 3rd time tonight.
Foul number 20, Natalie Ayub. Her second, team's 4th. Kennedy Brown, 2-2.
Grace Marshall still yet to exit the ball game. And she started tonight's game.
That's something you love to see from a young player and still playing at a high level, still keeping that energy up, doing a great job. And you don't see it that often for a freshman to come in and play all these minutes.
Brown makes 1 of 2 as the Profs go up 43-31. Immaculata with the ball, and it's Ayub. Ayub driving in, gets called for the travel, and another turnover on the Mighty Macs. Checking back into the game, Shannon Kelly for Immaculata. Profs inbound it. Kennedy Brown brings the ball up the court. Seitzma driving in, double team, loses possession, and she gets called for a walk. Seitzma tried to spin around the defender. The only problem was Immaculata played help defense, and she was double teamed and spun right into a Mighty Mac.
Really smart defensive play there, and she was looking for the foul, but it was just a clean play.
A steal from the Profs as Dominique Peters throws up a circus shot and got the layup to go, and now Immaculata turns it over right off the inbound as they pass it straight out of bounds. It'll be a Rowan ball.
A sloppy turn of events there for Immaculata, and Rowan capitalizing. That's what they have to do, and they've been doing it pretty well in this third quarter.
So far, it's been a sloppy game from the Mighty Macs. 20 turnovers to end the first half, and now adding a few more in this quarter. Seitzma Underneath for Hoffner, layup, short arms it, hits off the side of the rim, no good. And Ballinger breaks the Rowan high press, finds Kelly, who gets called for a walk. Another turnover for the Mighty Macs as things get worse and worse for Immaculata. You're right, Gary. That full court press defense is causing fits for this Mighty Mac offense.
Really love to see it. And when it's done to perfection like the Profs are doing in this game, it's almost impossible to stop. Just high energy, high stamina, and the Profs have it.
Three-pointer coming from Seitzma, airballed it. Hoffner saved it from going out of bounds, but Immaculata still comes away with it. And then Kennedy Brown ends up poking it out of bounds. It'll still be Mighty Mac ball.
For Rowan, 45, Jasmine Duverglass.
Duverglass checks back into the game as Seitzma exits. Immaculata pass swatted away. Also coming to the game for Rowan, Samantha Tello, and she's the one that swatted it out of bounds.
Rowan not giving Immaculata a chance to even get the ball out. Not giving him a chance to inbound, not giving him a chance to even dribble.
Yeah.
Doing a great job with this full court press defense.
Kelly will exit, Ricker will come in for Immaculata. And a 10-second violation called on Immaculata. Duverglass has the ball for Rowan. Brown tries to go around Duverglass, a screen, finds Jaslyn. Dish it out to Tello. Tello looking. And it looks like a reach-in foul from behind. That'll be the 15th foul on Immaculata in this third quarter. Foul be issued to Lauren Carafa. And Tello will go to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. Tello can't get the first to go. Hits off the front of the rim and then goes wide. Takes a few more dribbles and knocks down the second. 46-31, a 15-point lead for Rowan with a minute 27 left to go in the third quarter. And another turnover off the hands of Rigo. Brown tries to save it, she does. Duverglass to Brown, and then Duverglass gets called for a walk. Sloppy basketball from both teams.
Immaculata getting real lucky on that one with the travel call there, but Rowan's got to do a better job of containing the ball themselves.
Ricker has the ball for Immaculata. Finds Ballinger. Ballinger out wide, jumper from Rigo, and finally the Mighty Macs get back on the board. Prof still a 12-point lead. Sorry, 13-point lead, 46-33. Brown with the layup, and it's good. Make it a 15-point lead again.
As you saw, immediately after Immaculata made the basket, Rowan immediately inbounded and threw it down the court. They don't want any part of this slow dribbling up the court.
Rigo knocks one down for the Mighty Macs. Lead back down to 13. Dominique Peters driving in. No foul called as she gets blocked. And Mighty Macs come away with it. 12 on the shot clock. Sorry, 12 on the game clock. Shot clock is now unplugged. Stolen away by Rowan. Kennedy Brown looking to pass it. Mighty Macs intercept. Half court heave. No good. As Kearney tried a shot from half court, she airballed it. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 48-35, process of a 13-point lead as we head into the final frame. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action right here on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling,
with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Early. Here to bring you fourth quarter action now as we're getting ready to start the final frame of tonight's women's basketball contest between the Rowan University Profs and the Immaculata University Mighty Macs. Boy, is that a mouthful to say every single time.
A fun team name there. A great team name. Real creative. I love it.
Certainly one of the more creative names. We already had this discussion early on. I mean, Profs in a conference with a lot of creative names. Profs, who would have thought? The Professors basically is what it stands for. A little bit of history for people who don't know about Rowan. It used to be a teacher's college. Glassboro State is what it used to be. So Profs, short for Professors, certainly fits well. And the owl being our mascot certainly makes sense because professors are wise, owls are wise. It all comes full circle here at Rowan University. Back to action, what you guys really tuned in for. Fourth quarter underway, 9:35 left to go. Profs with the ball. 48-35, Rowan with the lead. Pass underneath Hannah Johnson, layup, no good. Rebound brought down. Johnson trying to save it. She can't do it, but you gotta appreciate the effort.
Great hustle play there, trying to keep the ball in bounds, and you'll love to see plays like that. Get a little dirty trying to make a big play there. Sometimes they don't go in your favor, but hey, effort counts, effort counts.
Immaculata three-pointer from Ricker, front rim, no good, rebound. Rowan comes down with it. Now Immaculata trying a little bit of the full court press defense for about 2 seconds there before the Profs broke out.
It's working against you, might as well try it.
Riley gets fouled going up for the shot. She'll go to the line for two. You got to take a look at how the Profs started tonight's game. Pretty young starting lineup if you take a look at it. Grace Marshall, a freshman. Alexis Criley, a sophomore. Ayanna Johnson, she's a freshman. Then, of course, you got the senior leader, Olivia Rowan, and Kaylin Seitzman, who's a junior. So the good thing is for the Profs right now, they're in a pretty solid season, starting a lot of their younger players, which means 4 out of these 5 players should be here next year to start again.
And another big thing we've been talking about all game about young players, Grace Marshall, as Nas came out of the game, and she kept the same amount of energy and just great work the entire game, and with very low breaks. Fantastic job, and that's something you want to see from a young player.
Certainly so, as Criley redeems herself from her earlier 0 for 2 performance at the line and makes both, putting the Profs up by 15. And then going in for the layup was Kearney. And she got fouled by number 22, Kaylin Seitzman. It's her second. Kearney will go to the line for 2 free throws, trying to cut the lead. Kearney makes the first. Lead cut to 14. Takes a couple dribbles. Puts up the second and nails it. 50-37, Rowan with the lead. 8.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter.
I love how immediately on the inbound, Kaylin Seitzman immediately goes trying to chuck it downfield like a quarterback. Great high altitude, amplitude offense there.
Ayanna Johnson tried to use a little bit of footwork, trying to be like Joel Embiid down there in the post, squeezing around defenders, but she gets called for the travel and a turnover by Rowan. Ball goes out of bounds off Immaculata. It'll be Rowan ball. Marshall gives it to Seitzma. Finds Johnson, who finds Rowan. Criley to Seitzma. Seitzma underneath, finds Johnson, lay in, no good. Can't get her own rebound. And Gallagher's got it for Immaculata. Gets it away. Kearney driving in. Doesn't take the shot. Finds Gallagher. Three-pointer from Kearney, and she got it. Lead cut to 10 now for Rowan. Full court pass to Criley from Seitzma. Marshall comes in for the layup, no good.
Beautiful catch there by Criley. Mossing the defender, as I would like to call it. Just a great catch in traffic there, but sadly you can't get anything out of it.
How about the footwork there? Tiptoeing along the out of bounds line and keeps her feet in.
And keeping in bounds, 2 feet in bounds. That's an NFL touchdown right there.
Lay in, no good from Kelly, but she'll go to the line for 2, and Immaculata is building up a small run here. Cross still up by 10. But Immaculata looking to continue to chip away at the Rowan lead. Nailed it. Shannon Kelly makes the first one of her 2. Takes a couple dribbles. Puts up the second. She got it. Full court pass, Kennedy Brown wide open, easy layup. And the Profs get those 2 points back.
Seitzma just calm in the pocket, find an open receiver downfield. Oh wait, I'm talking about the wrong sport. Just, no, but finds a player wide open for an easy 2 points. Great job in transition.
Yeah, Seitzma looks like Nick Foles trying to find Alshon Jeffrey in last Sunday night's game against the Rams, the deep ball.
You know, splitting the safety, wide open over the middle. That's cover 2 defense right there.
Back to basketball. 2 free throws for Kearney again. Makes the first. Jaslyn Duverglass checks in for Ayanna Johnson. Kearney puts it up, makes them both. Profs lead cut to 8. Duverglass finds Seitzma, who's streaking up the court. Layup, gets held, going up for the shot. It'll be Rowan ball. Kennedy Brown, open 3. Off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, layup swatted away. Duverglass brings it down, and then she gets stripped. And Immaculata with a little bit of energy now.
This game definitely shaping up a little bit more interesting than we thought it was after that first quarter of the 15-8 score. This game's getting a little bit more fun.
Peters almost steals it. And then she gets called for a foul on Kahutka. Didn't really see much contact there. I don't know about you, Gary.
I would probably have to agree with you there. It's a very interesting call, but a call nonetheless.
Kelly brings it up. Marshall playing some defense. Ballinger finds Kearney. She drives in, pass deflected out of bounds, and it's off the Mighty Max. Seitzma inbounds to Brown. Under 6 minutes left to go in tonight's game. 52-44, Profs have the lead. Seitzma finds Peters, Duverglass, over to Marshall. to Seitzma, to Duverglass, layup, underhand, got it. Jaslyn Duverglass has been fantastic off the bench tonight for the Profs. Fake shot, Kahuka, jumper from the free throw line, no good, rebound. She puts up her own rebound and gets it to go. Grace Marshall finds Seitzma to Duverglass, to Peters, driving in for the layup, and Ballinger swatted away. It was a clean block as Ballinger got all ball. Profs to inbound. Brown gets it from Marshall. Brown driving in, layup, no good, rebound, Immaculata. Kelly gets trapped, finds a way to get it out. Now here comes Kearney up court. 3-on-1 for the Mighty Macs. Lay in, got it. 54-48. Rowan now only has a 6-point lead as Immaculata has had the momentum for the last few minutes.
Yeah, that play right there is a perfect example of what can go wrong with the full court press defense. We haven't seen it much, but you can get stuck with those awkward plays if they beat the first wave. 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s definitely can turn out bad if you can't stop it.
Layup coming from Dominique Peters. She got fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line for two. Hobbling a little bit. Looks like she might have either hurt her ankle or maybe her knee. Couldn't see the play as the referee was obstructing our view from up here. Nonetheless, Peters will go to the line for two free throws. As you can hear, it is dead silent in SB Gymnasium.
It's final season. People out there hitting the books. That's what we like to see.
Dominique Peters makes the first of her two free throws. Yeah, finals week is upon us. Almost over.
Some hard-working profs out there. They got books to get into. I respect it.
They got finals. They got games. But hey, they had plenty of time to study. Their last game was 8 days ago, so they had a long enough break to where they could study for finals. And now they're back in action. Peters missed the second free throw. Profs only up by 7. Peters comes away with the rebound off a block. Brown underneath to Marshall, layup, no good. Duverglass with the rebound, no good. Duverglass with the steal. Finds Peters, jumper, no good on that one. Now Peters gets her own rebound. My goodness, 3 offensive rebounds in a row for Rowan in a matter of 10 seconds.
Fantastic hustle there. You would like to make the shots, but if you can't make the shots, follow your shot, get that rebound.
Duverglass can't get that jumper to go, and now Kearney comes away with the rebound. Kelly got the ball, jumper off the rim, rebound Duverglass. It'll stay with the Profs. Roulon checks back in, Peters will come out. Rigo exits with Kelly. Into the game for Immaculata. Ayub. And it looks like Ballinger's back in as well. Seitzma to inbound the ball for Rowan. Peters driving down, gets it to go, and one. Dominique Peters goes to the line for an opportunity at a 3-point play and also an opportunity to put the Profs up by double digits once again.
Peters does a great job using her speed, cutting to the basket hard and fast, and then getting fouled in the process, and then just converting it.
with 12 so far in tonight's game, while the Mighty Macs with 5.
Yeah, one thing, offensive rebounds definitely are a great stat. You want to get these offensive boards, keep pressure in the offensive zone, but they got to convert it. You saw in that last possession, they got 3 straight offensive rebounds in like 10 seconds and couldn't get the basket. You want to convert on those shots because those are points on the table.
Marshall gets the inbound from Seitzma. Seitzma's got to get it over half court. She does. Finds Rowan, who finds Brown. Almost pass goes out of bounds, but Kennedy Brown showing the agility to save it. Then she gets a little bit of a reach in, and Brown gets fouled. She'll go to the line. Molly Gallagher called for her second foul. Brown makes it. Profs up by 9. Brown trying to put the Profs up by double digits. Misses the second free throw. Rebound brought down by the Mighty Macs. And a travel on Immaculata. Silly turnovers continue to pile up.
Yeah, and we've seen the Profs slow down with these mental mistakes like your travels and stuff, but Immaculata, 2.5 minutes left in this game, they're still in it, only 9-point deficit. You can't let stuff like that play the rest of this game.
Well, Immaculata with 34 turnovers on the night. Kennedy Brown has the ball for Rowan, 15 on the shot clock. Finds Seitzma. Profs will be smart to kill off as much time as possible. Seitzma underneath, hook shot, gets fouled going up. She'll go to the line for 2.
Seitzma doing a very good job of working inside and just facing the contact and putting up the shot. Sadly, it doesn't go in, but you still get to earn those points on the line, and this is going to be a big trip.
Seitzma averaging 7.3 points per game on the year. From the free throw line, shooting 56%, but she's tied for second on the team in assists coming into this one with 18. So Seitzma, one of the Profs facilitators for sure.
One thing you love to see from Seitzma, especially in the assist department, is when she's inbounding the ball, looking like a quarterback in the pocket and just chucking it down to the open player. Looking like an NFL quarterback right there, wide open over the middle and just getting the easy layups.
Well, Seitzma made the first, and then she rims out the second. Profs still with a double-digit lead now, 60 to 50. And then another turnover coming from the Mighty Macs. Ball goes out of bounds off Rowan. It will be Immaculata ball.
Profs keeping the pressure. I love this full court defense, but keeping the pressure, not letting them even inbound the ball right now, and it's frustrating for Immaculata.
Ayu finds Kelly. Under 2 minutes now in the game. Ballinger baseline, got it. Profs still up by 8. Seitzma, full court pass, looking for Kennedy Brown. Can she save it? She does. But it's intercepted. Kearney, Ballinger, from deep. Off the rim, no good. Seitzma with the rebound. If that shot fell, that could have been a nightmare for the Profs. Kennedy Brown gets the outlet pass, and it's stolen away. Ballinger dribbling up the court. Immaculata continues to fight. Three-pointer from Kearney. And she airballs it out of bounds.
A very interesting sequence of events. Not much scoring, but still a lot of momentum shifts in that short little, maybe 30-second span, and just a lot of weird passes and stuff, making it switch momentum for both teams. And there, a steal and an easy layup for Immaculata.
Lead cut to 6 after the great defense coming from Kearney. Pass underneath Rowan, can't get the easy layup to go. And now here come the Mighty Macs. We're under a minute now, 45 seconds, Profs up by 6. Driving in, Ballinger, and she got it. Timeout, has to be called by Coach Gabby Lasella of Rowan. And it will be a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep things here anyway since we only have 42 seconds left to go on the clock. And Gary, we got a game now. Prosper up by 10 points with about just under 2 minutes left, and a few mistakes and great defensive plays from Immaculata. They pulled themselves within 4 with 42 seconds left to go.
Yeah, with like a minute and a half, Immaculata just had this momentum switch, which clicked like nothing, and immediately steals. Bad plays by the profs, missed shots, easy layups, not falling. Just really changed this game, and now it's a 4-point game with around 40 seconds left.
4-point game. Profs coming out of the timeout. Immaculata giving the profs some of their own medicine late down the stretch with the full court press. But the profs are already in Immaculata territory. Rowan gives it to sights, but the profs need to take care of the basketball. They're still up by 2 scores. Pass. Duverglass can't get the shot to go, but she draws the foul. Foul on Kahutka, and Duverglass with the chance to put the profs up by 6 if she makes both.
These are big free throws. Not much time left, and Immaculata still in this game. We want to try and push that lead.
Duverglass nails the first one, and the profs go up by 5. This would be a big win for the profs, considering they're coming in this one 1-3 in non-conference games. Duverglass nails the second as well. Dominique Peters comes in to take Duverglass off the court, probably because of Peters' dynamic defensive prowess. And a timeout called by Immaculata. Looks like it's going to be another 30-second timeout. Profs now up by 6. Now, what you're expecting, obviously, is Immaculata's going to come down the court, try and get a quick shot. It can be a 2 or a 3 at this point, considering there's only still 28 seconds left to go. Going to try and get a quick bucket, and they're just going to try and foul and hope the profs miss their free throws, which is not a far-fetched idea. This profs team isn't the best free throw shooting team in the world. I mean, you take a look at their free throw percentage on the year. This profs team shooting about 56.5%.
Yeah, and the profs, even in this game, not shooting insanely well from free throw line. It's been tough, not many free throw attempts, but late in this game isn't the time where you want to start warming up your free throw shooters.
Well, early on in the season, the profs struggled to close out some games, which is why they started off with some early losses. But since then, they've righted the ship, and they've been able to rattle off 4 straight wins, all against conference opponents. Now they're trying to add another win in the non-conference column. Inbounded by Immaculata. Kahutka driving in, pass to Ayub, gets the jumper to go. 62-58. And Lasella will call a timeout for Rowan. It's a 30-second timeout.
Big shot there, but Maeve took a little bit too much time off. Now only 20 seconds left for Immaculata, down by 4. It's going to be a tough uphill battle in these next 20 seconds or so, but it's definitely a chance.
Yeah, the Mighty Macs end up taking about 9 seconds off the clock. So you can already tell the Shotclock's unplugged. They're going to foul once the profs inbound it. And then you just have to hope that Rowan hits their free throws. They need to have ice in their veins and close this one out. Ball inbounded to Peters. She gets double teamed and then eventually fouled by Kearney. And Dominique Peters, not the best free throw shooter on this profs team, shooting about 51.5% from the line. So if you're an Immaculata fan or an Immaculata player, this is who you want at the line right now. She misses the first. Misses the second. And Immaculata comes away with the rebound. Ballinger brings it up. It's a 4-point game. 62-58, 10 on the clock. Ballinger from deep off the rim. No good rebound. Brought down Ballinger again. Shot. And she gets the foul. Can't get it to go. I don't know how I feel about that one. Ballinger kind of ran into a Rowan player who had a right to her own positioning. And it's one of those fouls that I think Ballinger was obviously drawing in the first place.
Yeah, very interesting call there, especially this late in the game. But Immaculata wasting a lot of time with that last offensive possession.
Ballinger nails the first one. Misses the second. Rebound brought down by Seitzma. And that'll do it. As time winds down, Immaculata elected not to foul again once Peters got to the corner. And your Rowan University Profs get a huge non-conference victory over the visiting Immaculata University Mighty Macs. Final score here, 62-59. Profs get the victory. The win helps the Profs improve to 7-4 overall on the season and 2-1 here at Esby. On the other end, Immaculata, they'll drop to 4-7.